Welcome to episode 2, chapter 2. We're talking about prototyping tools for product development. In the last episode, we covered Airtable. Now we hit our stride. Now we talk about tools where absolutely anybody in the world can get in, start typing, and build an app. We're going to hit on both Lovable and Bolt today. But first, in this category where anyone can go in and start building right away, Lovable is the market share leader. If you haven't seen my other videos in this series, I'm building a job application tracking system for job seekers. And with that, let's check it out. All right, so this is the prompt page. This is where anyone can just go in and prompt. You see, there is now a highlighted ChatGPT 5 because they just released that model as I'm making this video. You can also see here that Superbase is linked. That is really cool because Superbase is an easy database integration to set up. We'll see how my app saved the data. Yeah, so this is how it saved the data. It's not ideal, but this is demo data saving. It's a TypeScript file. I did set up Superbase for another project that I may or may not work on a little bit more, so I can see the data. All right, so now as we're looking at the dashboard view, I did not give any UX instructions to most of these apps. Um, and you probably can tell. UX is not the strongest here. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's perfectly good for testing features. So this is a basic view of demo data. That looks nice, the detail. I built companies with a single shot requirements document that was really well defined. So it built this out nice. And the detail view is nice. And we're seeing associated records, which is really nice. We're sort of realizing what we did in Airtable, but with a better UX here. And so the stock price is demo data, but everything else is not. Everything else is AI generated insights. All right, so now we're in Notes view. Let's take a look. It's a nice rich text view. And I should also mention that this whole view came from an insight from Pamela Glaze Cook, who I met with and had a user demo session. That she gave me a bunch of great feedback. So this is really awesome. You have your notes that you might otherwise be using on your computer or something, or some other cloud tool, and here it's associated with all of your other job records, which is uh, really cool. It's just a great idea and a working dark mode. So it's a complete project. And lastly, here, I'll go into this is in the code view, there is a settings and it has knowledge, which is Lovable's attempt to bring in context engineering. So you can put your resources here. However, I wouldn't want to put all of my resources in one knowledge document. I'd want to have different reference points throughout. But anyway, so Lovable and a bunch of these other tools allow you to back up your content to GitHub. So you can do versioning, but you can also take your code somewhere else, which is really nice. Bolt's a cool tool. I didn't use it as much as most of the other ones. It does feel like it is just another version of Lovable. It feels like really close. There's not too much that distinguishes it. I would say there's some things that distinguish Lovable, but not too much that distinguishes Bolt. So here we have the screen where anybody can imagine anything they want and it'll come to life magically. Not too much here is that much different from Lovable. So I won't go through this too comprehensively. There's that persistent header to track and manage your job applications, which is food for thought. So we'll just, I'll run through this real quick. So in Notes, we do have something that's a little bit nice and a little different from what any of the other ones have, which is we have folders here. So you can have a folder for salary negotiation research, and it does have its associated items in here. Also worth checking out is in the edit. There's a fairly cool menu for associating the role with other data types on this side here. In this view, it's the code view. We can edit the code in line here. You can also see here, this is how I'm storing my data. I actually don't know what my options are for getting my data into an actual database with this tool. And we can see the mobile view, which is cool. Most of these views are not optimized. All right, so now I move my head. so that we can look at this. You're welcome. All right, we're going to be closing this chapter here, but coming up, we'll be checking out Firebase Studio and some particularly impressive results from Base 44. Thanks for watching.